Newman, Newman, the best of Gary Newman.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. She's good, she's good, she's good. We are glass. We are glass. But friends electric.
An hour of the best of Gary Newman. Newman, Newman, in your record shops now.
Really here to do, apart from check out the old ladies with blue hair who are here with their parents, is to see Gary Newman, who probably also has blue hair for all I know, and he's probably going to insult me because I've been mean about him in the past. But he's here because he's premiering his American tour. And where's he starting off? He's starting off in Perkins Palace, which originally was called, far more salubriously, Raymond's Place. And so we're going to go over there, chat to Gary, see a few songs being rehearsed, and also check out whether Perkin is better looking than Raymond.
I miss England, to be honest, a lot. This is the best place I could come to like make up for it. Los Angeles especially. There's aeroplanes, parachuting, gun clubs, any sort of clubs, you could name it. Everything's here, everything you could wish for is here. The reason I got into business in the first place was to be able to do things because of it, because of the money, because of the position you're in. And what it was actually doing was stopping me from doing anything. I couldn't do anything but the music business. And that wasn't what I was in it for.
Are you bored with it? I mean, do you still feel
I
bored?
was never bored with it. It was just, it got on top of me for a while. Yeah. It's not a business you can get bored in, I don't think. Well, maybe, but not for me, not yet.
What do you think about the American music scene?
It's nearly all British at the moment. You know, Human League, Soft Cell, Duran Duran. They're all here now, all big here. Every time there's a band on the television, chances are it's British. Like Merv Griffin is always having new wave nights. And 3 out of 4 bands on every show is British.
Why do you think that is?
Best around. Always have been. America it's surprising how different it is when you actually get down to it. I mean, it seems very, very similar when you arrive here and you're walking around. Everybody speaks the same language. But it is a lot different, especially in the music scene. They've got different things to worry about. They find different things to worry about. You know, they really do. I've never seen so many adverts, for example, on illnesses that I never knew existed, and they've got cures for them. And they nearly invent illnesses to cure them. And so people run around thinking they're ill all the time. They've got 1,000 problems which really aren't there, I don't think. Or maybe in England you just sort things out privately to yourself, don't you? And that's the way we are. You don't go running off to people with your troubles so much, but here they do. Everybody knows what everyone else's trouble is.
What do you think about them?
What, Americans?
Yeah.
Oh, I like them, they're all right. Get on well with them.
What do you think the major differences are? You've stayed here for 6 months. And what are the things you miss? Because they're probably...
About England, I miss the countryside, really. Every Sunday I used to get the fans coming round to the house. That's quite nice, you see. Look forward to that. Have a chat with them. Little things, just little things. Nothing like major, no big change in life has gone on. Just those little things that you miss. You don't even realise are happening when you're there.
on tour, you travel around, you've got your dad managing you, and your mum's often with you, isn't she?
Always.
Always?
On tour, always.
Now, what's it like having the family with you?
It's nice, you know, I mean, they're not along for the ride, they all do a job. My mum looks after the clothes. And somebody's got to, you know. My dad's the manager, as you say. Keeps that together.
Well, what I did originally, in actual fact, was to try to find him a good manager. And I spoke to all sorts of people and never seemed to come across anybody that I really thought that I felt trust for, you know, to look after him. And it just carried on going along like that until in the end it became, it just seemed sensible that I should carry on doing it myself, and it seems to have worked.
Yeah. Because I suppose the other thing is, of course, that he can, unlike other managers, he can completely trust you because you're his dad.
Well, I think that's been quite an important part of it, to be honest. You know, it's obviously true, yeah.
And what does your mother make of it all? Because, like, what does she think of girl fans, for example? Especially girl fans in America.
It hasn't bothered anybody, it don't. You just get used to it. No, you accept it ever so quickly, it's surprising. It's probably harder when it's going away, when you're losing money, when you're losing popularity, but when it's coming in, you just sit back and say, yeah, I deserve it.
When Gary's touring, do you stay with him on tour?
Yes, all the time.
And get out the place? Because I noticed while you were in there that you had to get some shoes for the bass player, and having big plates of meat like
It's
that
really
was a bit...
difficult, yes. Yeah, I just couldn't get his size. You know, every shop I was going to, it just didn't have the size that I needed. And I thought it would be easy over here. It wasn't easy at all.
Do you ever have to keep the reins on? Like, I mean, for instance, because the stage show is a very spectacular one and also a very costly one and costly to take on the road. I mean, does Gary ever say things like, well, we've got to have this, this and this, and you look at it and say, well, no, really, financially, that just doesn't make sense?
He says that all the time, and he's always had his own way up to now.
He doesn't listen to his old dad.
And all the money he's ever made, he's lost back in it, you know, with his shows. But this particular show, in actual fact, has been reduced a lot. It's the whole production has been cut back to be a little bit more realistic. Yeah.
Do you think it gives you extra sort of security and stability having them with you?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've never thought about it. It's just that they're going to be there no matter what the reason. But I suppose it does, yeah.
So what do you
I like them being there. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it without them being there.
Wouldn't you?
No, not really. It wouldn't be the same.
Oh, I think that's very nice.
Just the way it is, you know.
What do you plan to do in the near future with England? Are you going to be coming back at all?
Yeah, we tour as soon as you get back.
When's that going to be?
It looks like it'll be April now. We get back in April next year.
And
longer than I wanted, but things to do.
Do you feel at all worried about having a big break away from, touring in Britain rather than here?
No, not really. I mean, if we can't get the audiences, we just go to smaller places. I was planning on going back to theatres again anyway. I did the Wembley thing because it's like a life ambition to play there. And it was also the only venue that fitted the stage show. But I thought about going back and just going around the country again, like going to places like Perranporth and Cornwall, you know, little places again. It'd be nice, so people don't have to travel for miles.
Music